Do you think there are too many economic migrants from the EU, and should we be doing more to encourage them to leave Britain?
I think certainly there has been much more economic migration from the EU, certainly than we were ever told was likely to happen, and probably more than is good for us, because what we've done is that we've effectively said that there are certain jobs, a large number of jobs, where we don't want young British-born people to do them, and we prefer them to sit at home on, subsisting on pretty meagre benefits, and that we're actually going to import people from elsewhere in Europe to do those jobs. Now, I don't think that's right or good or fair for those people or for society that is paying for the benefit system. So I think it has been too high. The difficulty is that it's a fundamental principle of the EU that people are able to work elsewhere. So what I think we need to do is tackle perhaps the abuses of the system, and there are a few of those. The first is, I think, that there are some migrants from other countries in the EU who claim child benefit for their children who are back home in their home countries. Now, technically, that is within the EU rules. That seems to me completely mad. If the children are here, of course, they deserve the same support as any others. But if they're back home, then actually it should be their home country that is supporting them. The secondly is, I think, is that we should not be allowing economic migrants or any other kind of migrants to join the housing lists for social housing. There's huge strain on social housing. And I think that unless you've been here for 5 years and been paying taxes, you shouldn't be entitled to claim a place on the housing queue. So that's the sort of thing I think we do need to do. I also think that for any future members of the EU, we need to be very clear that actually the system of freedom of movement will not apply, and not just as a short-term measure, but actually in the long term. I want Turkey to join the EU, but I think it's inconceivable that we can have Turkey join the EU and have no limit on the number of Turkish citizens who can come to another EU country to work.